So this is Dr. Kelly Pham with the Reach Center.
And Dr. Kristen Kilroy.
And we are here today to talk about the difference between physiatry and physical therapy, because we get a lot of people who call our office, and I actually have a lot of patients who will still say, oh, so you're a PT, right? And I always have to say, well, no, I'm a medical doctor. I work a lot with PTs, and we're part of the same team, but we do very different things. So I don't know, what has your experience been, Kristen, in terms of the perception in the world of PT versus physiatry?
Yeah, great question. I think people don't know what PT is still, and and maybe the difference between like medical doctors, PTs, because we're also doctors, and like personal trainers, stuff like that. So I think this will be good to clear some of that up.
And that probably changed also, because now that there's a DPT, PTs can be doctors of PT, which can confuse things even further between a doctor of PT versus a medical doctor. And there's no other way that we say it other than doctor, but doctor can mean lots of different things these days.
Right.
So when I think about what I do as a physiatrist or a rehab doctor, sometimes we say pediatric rehab doctor, physiatrist, physiatrist. You can hear all different pronunciations of it. I am the doctor of function. And I'm sort of where a neurologist meets an orthopedic surgeon in many instances. So how does the neurologic system impact the musculoskeletal system? And in many instances, just how does the musculoskeletal system impact your function? And so the goals that I have for patients and the things that I work on with patients are really goal focused. You know, what is it that they want to be able to do better? And that may be sort of from a gross motor standpoint, a fine motor standpoint, communication, or even just doing things that are fun, right? So, and that's honestly one of the things that I love about my job. It's not about numbers and things that I care about as a doctor, like your blood pressure number. You know, because it's just a number, and a lot of people don't even think about it on the day-to-day, right? But you really think about, like, how am I moving my body? How am I able to exercise? How am I able to interact with my kids or my grandkids? Or how am I able to participate in sports or in school, things like that. And so I often will prescribe therapy and different modalities of therapy, different types of therapy. So for a PT, I might say, hey, what do you think about doing like partial body weight supported treadmill training? What do you think about doing the vibration plate? What do you think about doing aquatic therapy? What do you think about X, Y, or Z? So I know enough about what you do, given that we're part of the same team, to say, hey, I think we should try this or that. Amongst all of the other interventions that I'm recommending as a physiatrist. And so you are, as a PT, a piece of that puzzle. So that's kind of how I think about therapy and about PT in general. I think a lot of our exam, you know, on that initial assessment might be very similar in terms of like, what is your strength? What's your range of motion? What's your muscle tone feel like? Things like that. And so I think that's where maybe some of the confusion comes from. But how would you describe, Kristen, what you're doing as a PT?
Yes. Yeah, I also like the doctor of function. So we work well as a team.
Yes.
So while Dr. Pham does more of the medication, the surgery if needed, injections if needed, I do more of while we are working on function, it's more of the like the day-to-day strength. How are we strengthening? How are we getting range of motion? How are we managing tone? That's not medically produced by you. So very similar, but a little different. So we'll work play-based, because it also has to be fun.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Play-based, strengthening through different games and equipment. aquatic therapy, anything fun in the pool gets strength, range of motion, tone management.
Right.
So all the same goals as physiatry, but
Yeah.
just a little different on how we're doing it.
Right, right. And you are kind of the like boots on the ground, working with patients like week after week after week, you know, trying to attain those goals. And I am the person who's kind of like the quarterback of the rehab team, saying, hey, like, PT, what do you think about this? Hey, OT, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
I'm going to be
The
working
coordinator.
on tone management with these certain medications. Hey, orthopedic surgeon or neurosurgeon, this is what I'm thinking. Like, tell me, what are your thoughts? Kind of bringing all of those people together.
Right.
Because honestly, we really shouldn't all be working in isolation,
No.
because there's so much overlap in what we do and the impact that it has on your function.
Right.
And so we collaborate quite a bit. I collaborate a lot with the therapists that are working with my patients. So there is a lot of overlap, so I understand that confusion.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for listening. We really appreciate you learning today about the difference between physical therapy and physiatry.